What up, y'all? Appreciate you hanging out. This is my dumb man. Like and subscribe. So I just gonna play this real quick. So one of the biggest games coming for the I'm gonna just say one of the biggest games in video games right now, mostly anticipated big games, is Starfield. That's what we're looking at right now. And Todd Howard came out with his brown and his brown. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do it. That's how we get down. Brown. And he was like, yeah, Starfield is great. Okay, he doesn't sound like that, but you know, I like Todd Howard. And what they showed, I was like, okay. And the thing that, like I said in a previous video, the Microsoft, Xbox, they are getting good with how they are presenting these things, right? So I know this is Bethesda, it's still under Microsoft, so whatever. But it was so cool because he was like, okay, we'll show you this, we'll show you, and then they get to the end. They like answered all the questions for the most part, except for details about particular missions and such. The only thing I would say about this presentation, and that I know that is real, is that the frame rate dripped. The frame rate dipped a bit in one or two spots. I was like, oh, okay, I see it. But other than that, I was like, okay. They still have time. They still have like 6 months or so, more than 6 months, to tighten that stuff up. So I'm not worried about it. But look, this is the first shot they show, and I'm like, yo, that's the okay, all right. Remember, look at the smoky clouds in the background. Everything's 60 right now. I think that's 60, or is that 30? I don't even know. Sometimes I can't tell. But then I'm like, wait, is the smoke half? No, that's 60. You can tell. But, you know, I'm looking at that. I'm like, yo, that's kind of not there. Look, this is where it's half. Like the major, this stuff around here, the big smokes everywhere, that's half. It's like half frames. But it's an okay effect. I'm not like knocking it, but I'm like, okay, I saw that. But everything, I'm looking at this, I'm like, yo, this looks good. You know, I can see aliasing, but the resolution is so high, I don't know if it's 4K. I don't know what the resolution is. I don't think they said it was 4K. But it looks good. And I'm like, okay. And you can see some DNA of Fallout or Skyrim and stuff. And I heard people, they were like, can you walk anywhere on this? Can you go over the rocks? I'm like, yes, this is the games they make. What, have you been asleep for the past 20 years? This is the games they make. So this is where the frame rate drips and dips. I said drips again. Right, when he walks across the road, the little crabby guy, like right. Oh, wait a second. Oh, right there, a little bit. Honestly, you know what? It might have been the stream that I was watching the first time, because it didn't look that bad that time. But whatever, still, you know, I noticed something, so that's fine. But it's not like, oh my god, I can't. Now, people were saying, oh, No Man's Sky. We don't. I'm like, you know what? A game like Starfield needs base building, resource gathering, all the things that entail. So, No Man's Sky, yes, they did it first. But Starfield will be what No Man's Sky wants to grow up to be one day. Let's just say that. I mean, look at the fidelity. Look at the graphics. Look at the guns. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, if they tighten up the graphics on level 3 real quick, and they make that gunplay like chef's kiss, they can have a whole offshoot of this game. It could be Starfield Battle Royale or whatever, and they'd be like, yo, you're on Zeta Planet Q, and this is the planet, and you fly your ship down and you go shooting fools. Now, I saw this, like, some people are like, oh, I like first-person shooters, and this is okay. And I was like, all right. But I was looking at it as, like, Bethesda game. Like, Fallout is the closest thing to a first-person shooter. for Bethesda, and I never liked the shooting in Fallout. But I was looking at this, and I was like, yo, this is like something more than what Fallout was giving us. You know, maybe it's just the reload animations look real cool. That was all right. The gun sounds are okay. That shotgun kind of, I was like, oh, when he blasted fool. And I don't know what that is. A freaking something ray, something. But yeah, I'm like, this is so. Like I said, you see the DNA of Fallout and such. And also what I did hear was people were like, oh, the AI is stupid. Cause I'm like, well, I mean, is it really? It doesn't seem that dumb. Although I wasn't paying too much attention to it superly. But I'm like, why? Because the guy ran out with its back to you and then you shoot it in the tank. I mean, that's probably scripted. You know, they wanted to show the dude flying up and exploding. Whatever. So what I liked about this presentation, again, they go to different planets. They show you the different, biomes, if you will. They showed so much. And I'm like, sold. Give me the game. Let's go. And it's not too unrealistic. It's like, yeah, this is gameplay. Look, see? It looks like a game that you could play. Not like some fantastical, the camera's cinematic camera, not indicative of the gameplay of the... No, this is the game. This was, when they did the faces, I said, okay, they done, like, that's a bad face. That's not a bad face. That's kind of a bad face. Only because they were frozen. They weren't doing any emoting, but one of those characters was talking, and I was like, oh, okay, they got the animation. And this other character, where is he at? He's coming up soon. Like, all this, like, mysterious kind of cool stuff is really cool. It's cool stuff, and it's really cool. But I like her. Sound like Jenna Orso. That might be her. I don't know who the actor is. That guy, he's in every freaking Bethesda game. But the facial animation is so much better than it used to be. It's like less wooden, even though it's still straight on and like symmetrical. It's way better. 1,000% better. Him right there. Watch his first facial expression right here. That's what's up. I was like, okay, all right, they did some work. All right, I'm liking this. And then, well, who is it? There's another character. Him. That's really cool. Really cool facial. The lighting was really good too. I guess is there co-op? I don't even know what that is. Oh, this guy's pretty good. So I'm looking at all these. The main thing that I had a problem with these Bethesda games were the facial animations. It was just so wooden and so horrible. And I mean, the voice acting wasn't that great either, but it wasn't the main thing that distracted. And so this is so much of a relief for me that it will keep my immersion more in the game, because I won't be like, oh god, ugly face again. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that they have fixed or improved upon that. This is still the Creation Engine? That's what they call it, Creation Engine 2 or whatever. It's still based off of the original, Skyrim and Fallout 4 engine. But they did some tweaks, and they're doing a Thug Thistle. Character creation, look at this. Look at this. That's some good stuff right there. That's good. I like it a lot. I like it. You can walk style. You got your own walk cycles. Come on, son. I'm like, yes. And they showed that. I was like, all right, cool. I like that. They get you hook up your skills, your whole starting. They did the Thug Thistle. But then, he's so greasy. Look at that greasy boy. He looks good though. And then, I mean, there's so many. I'm gonna be in that character creator for a minute. I'm gonna just say, I don't know what I'm gonna do. That facial hair was a little, but besides that, the trees, the skill trees, and all that stuff, I'm good. I'm like, yes, give me that. The main thing was the base building. It didn't come up yet, but I'm gonna jump. The base building, I'm like, this is weapon modding. So all the materials you can mod your weapons. I was like, all right, that's cool. They got the base building and they got ship building, and I was like, what? Huh? I was like, yeah, okay, that's what's up. There's the base building stuff right here. I was like, you know what? This game is gonna be like, they're gonna be people who just build bases and farm. They're gonna be farmers up in this, and they're smart, Bethesda, because they're making a game for different types of people. They're making a first-person shooter type of game, kind of, sort of, and then they're making a spaceship building game. They're making a colony building game, if you will. You can modify your ship, you can modify your there's so many things you could do in this game. That's super ambitious. I just hope that they don't fumble on any part of it, and I'm glad that they delayed it even more so that they can get all the stuff right. Ooh, good me. But yeah, when I saw this, I was like, oh, okay, all right, let's go. So I'm interested in how I'm gonna be able to modify my ship and such. But yeah, I mean, that's basically it. I mean, he shows the planets. They said over 1,000 planets, the whole planet you could explore. And I was like, yo, this is like freaking Mass Effect, but way better. This is like Fallout in space, but way better. This is all the things that they said it was gonna be, but way better. And even the dogfighting looked kind of cool. I was like, oh shoot. I was like, like kind of like, I was gonna say Destiny, but you don't actually play those parts in the game. So yeah, when those dudes zooped in, I was like, oh shoot, and they started shooting. And you see all the spiky sparks and all the debris. I was like, yes. I was feeling it. So I was like, okay, this is cool. I mean, maybe, I don't know if there'll ever be like a giant kind of armada space battle. They should be, right? But this is just like a little taste. Look at the sparks. It's so cool. And remember, you're in space, so there's no explosions. No, it's just like sparky. It's so cool. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all. Man, I'm good. This was a really good presentation overall. If you look at the highlights, there's a lot of little games, and that's where the phony ponies, the Sony ponies and Ducky Unicorns, but it was okay, it was mediocre, it was alright. Well, you're not looking at all the smacks. You're not looking at all the backhanded smacks that Microsoft is giving to Sony right now, because this game, Sony was trying to get it as exclusive. They didn't get it. Microsoft bought them. Oops. And now all the ponies want this game, because look at this game. This is gonna be the most played game ever created in the world. Something like that. I don't know. You look at that. You look at Hideo Kojima. You look at Persona. Come on, son. This is a win all over the place. I was watching some Sony pony, whatchamacallits. They were watching this, and the Persona thing came up. It was like L for Sony, L for Sony. And they saw the Starfield, L for Sony. It's pretty funny. But anyway, I appreciate y'all hanging out, watching me ramble and ribble. Go in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about Starfield. I'm hyped. I'm good. I don't need to watch no more. I'm good. They satiated my appetite. I'm good to go. So let's go. Can't wait till it comes out. It's gonna be goodness on the goodness. But But anyway, till the next time.